Hey guys, I have a really good topic for today. It's one of my more popular podcast episodes, and it's about if you should include your pricing on your one on one coaching pages. This is such a debated topic, and I feel really strongly in one way. So, if you're watching and you're a coach or you're a client and you're in one favor or the other, do you like to see pricing when you are looking at a coach's website? Or as a coach, do you list your pricing or do you not? You can put that in the comments. I'd be interested to see how you guys feel about it. So, the way I feel about it is I believe that you should put your prices on your one-on-one page. And there's so many reasons why I feel that way. And I think it's episode 26 on the podcast if you want to go and listen to the whole thing. But basically, one of the biggest reasons why I put my pricing on there's two big reasons. There's a business reason and then kind of like a woo-woo reason why I do it. The business reason is I want to be able to speak to clients who are 100% aware of what the investment is going to be when we're on a call. I want them to know exactly what they're going to be doing and how the level of coaching that they're going to get. Anybody can throw up a sales page and say, apply to get pricing or apply to go on a call with me, and they have no idea what the actual investment is. And I just don't like that tactic because I feel like the coach can just change it as at their free will. Of course, we can change our pricing at our free will, but having it on our site, I feel like is just being very upfront and honest with the potential client. So we always put our pricing on there. We have three different tiers of pricing. I've had one, I've had two, now I have three, and I like to test out what works best. But I do I always increase my prices. I never lower them, as you know. But prices are always there. They're in three different spots on my one-on-one page. It's not a secret what I charge. Now, the woo-woo reason why I put that on there is because I believe it helps the client kind of manifest that experience of working with me. So if they know that it costs, if they know that it costs $4,500 to work with me for 4 months, then they can kind of put themselves in that place. They can say, okay, so once I invest this amount of money in my business, this is what I'm going to look like as a new coach. When somebody can say, for me, I've made two big 5-figure investments in my business in the last year. And once I made those investments, it really up-leveled myself. And I wouldn't have done it if those course creators, those coaches wouldn't have been upfront with me of what I was getting myself into. When you are on a one-on-one page and you see that this coach charges $8,000 for a 6-month one-on-one session work, that puts you at a higher level right there because you know, like, okay, this coach has lots of experience. They've probably invested a lot in themselves because they're charging this amount of money and they have every right to. And then that puts you at a higher level for the call and for your business. When you're really putting a lot of skin in the game for your business, you're going to just automatically up level yourself. You're going to be showing up in a different way. You're going to be showing up completely in a completely new, what, buddy? Can I go to the park? Hold on. You're going to be a whole new coach, and that's amazing. If you stay where you are and you just kind of count on all the free stuff that's coming in this direction and that direction, that's kind of where you're going to hang out at. But if you follow somebody and you know how much they charge and you're aware, it helps you to set goals for your business as well. Just because somebody feels aligned to work with you doesn't mean you have to invest in them right away. But when you know how much somebody charges, you can kind of keep them in the back of your mind. You can kind of associate that person with that amount of money. You know, Lindsay charges this amount of money to work with her one-on-one. I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind. So when I know I'm ready to up-level myself, I'm going to reach out to her. But if I didn't have that amount on my page, that person might not associate that number with me, and they might completely forget that's what I do and that's what I charge. So I am all about putting the prices on there. Plus, I don't like to go on discovery calls with potential clients and totally shock them at what I charge. That's another thing. Client responsibility before they go on a call with a coach should go to your one-on-one page. I like them to be really familiar with the packaging when we go on the call, because then I can tell that they're really interested. But then if we do go on a call and this is the first time they've been on my sales page, that's kind of a red flag for me too, because I know they're just not going to understand what we're talking about. All of the coaches that I've invested in, all of the courses that I've invested in, I spent lots of time on their sales pages because I really pick apart things and make sure that they are going to give me exactly what I need in order to move my business forward. So the price has to be included for me. That's just a must for me as a client, as a student, and as a coach. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And if you have any questions, I know charging your worth and charging anything can feel really scary, especially when you're just starting. And I like to play just one little game. I'll give you one little last tip before I go. So when you're trying to decide what you should charge for your one-on-one coaching, I never recommend going lower than about probably like a 4-month package, and then nothing lower than $2,300 or so. And you can stay there as long as you want. I stayed there for a long time. But I want you to be really confident in that $2,300 or the $2,000 or $25 or $3, whatever it might be. I want you to be super confident in that price. So when you think, okay, I think I'm going to charge $2,500 for my one-on-one package, I want you to say that number out loud. And I want you to say, I charge $2,500 to work with me for 4 months. And I want you to notice how that feels. If it feels really easy and it kind of just flows right out of your mouth, and then I want you to raise the price. I want you to keep raising it. And then all of a sudden you're going to get up to $7,000 and you're going to say, I charge $7,000 for my one-on-one coaching. And you're going to feel a little weird. And you're going to be really tempted to lower it back down when you are comfortable, but I want you to stay there. The moment you feel really weird about that price and nervous, but a little bit excited, that's the price that I want you to use. And I want you to reevaluate those statements every quarter to see how comfortable you are. When I first started, I never would have thought that I would say I charge $8,000 to work with me for 6 months. I never thought I would be able to say that or do it or anything like that. That was just completely out of this world in my mind. But I kept raising my prices and I worked on myself, which I invested in myself, which allows me to charge more. So the more you invest, the more you can charge, the more you learn, the more you charge, the more you work, the more you charge. That's just how it goes. It is the law. If you have any questions about your pricing or you would like to talk it out a little bit, let me know. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you tomorrow.